Live, tackling the topics everyone's talking about online. Share, engage, interact. This is Newsfeed Now.
Welcome to your Wednesday edition of Newsfeed Now. I am Aaron Nolan. Lots to get to today, so let's not waste any time. Impeaching a president. It's only happened twice in our nation's history. Both of those, Bill Clinton and Andrew Johnson. Neither was removed from office after being acquitted by the Senate. Of course, Richard Nixon did leave office, but he resigned as impeachment inquiries were going on. They were started. And that's where we find ourselves with President Trump. Late yesterday afternoon, Democrat Nancy Pelosi announced an inquiry has begun. This, as President Trump calls it, presidential harassment. Now today, the transcript from a call between Trump and the Ukrainian leader has been released. These calls are at the center of all of this. Jay Gray has the latest.
The president must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
Accountability, the Speaker and House Democrats now believe, can only come through impeachment. It's just the fourth time a president has faced the process. Here's how it will unfold. 6 House committees will investigate President Trump on a wide range of possibly impeachable offenses, including a whistleblower's claim Mr. Trump tried to convince the president of the Ukraine to investigate political rival Joe Biden and his son's ties to a Ukrainian gas company. The White House releasing a memorandum, not a verbatim transcript, of their phone call this morning. The president asking for a favor and suggesting that the Ukrainian leader discuss details with the attorney general and the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani.
I think it's ridiculous.
The president has blasted the inquiry on social media, calling it witch hunt garbage and presidential harassment.
I'm leading in the polls. They have no idea how they stop me. The only way they can try is through impeachment.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the General Assembly this morning.
As the Democrats now begin their impeachment inquiry on Capitol Hill, the president still has plans to meet with the leader of the Ukraine here at the UN later today.
His work on the sidelines of this summit, anything but business as usual.
Jay, thank you so much. Let's bring in Bree Jackson now. Bree, this is obviously, it's happened a couple of times in history. Where are we now? You know, I know that it's got to go through committee and then it's got to go to the Judiciary Committee. A lot of things have to happen before we can make that vote.
Absolutely. Well, there's still a long road ahead. We've already seen investigations or at least hearings and witnesses here on Capitol Hill, and you can expect to see more of that. This is just the beginning of the official, or at least what Speaker Pelosi is calling the formal impeachment inquiry. So there's still a long road ahead, and you can expect here on Capitol Hill to just have a lot more back and forth between Republicans and Democrats.
I've watched a lot of this. I've researched a lot of this, but I'm not 100% sure this question I'm about to ask you has been answered. Are these allegations impeachable offenses?
That's the question many people are asking. If you ask Democrats, they'll say yes. If you ask Republicans, they're saying no. In fact, that's what we're hearing a lot of here on Capitol Hill. So it's really in the eye of the beholder. We're hearing Democrats say that this is proof that the president tried to interfere with the 2020 election, which is a violation of the Constitution.
Sure.
To have another world leader look into this, where Republicans are saying, well, no, if you look at the transcript, he just said, you know, I have a favor. There was no quid pro quo there where it was in exchange for anything. So really, it just depends on who's looking at this.
So if we're looking at a partisan issue, correct me if I'm wrong here, Bree, if we're looking at a partisan issue and this makes it out of committee to a Judiciary Committee and the vote happens on the House, the Democrats have the House, they will vote for impeachment, and then once it gets to the Senate, it will be squashed and the president should be acquitted because the Republicans have the Senate.
Well, that's what many people are saying, and that's what it looks like. But there was an interesting argument that we heard today. It's that, you know, will some Republicans look at this and say, this is a violation of the Constitution, and this is an attempt to interfere with our election, and the right thing to do would be to impeach the president. That's what the argument of some Democrats are saying, and that's what they're calling on their Republican colleagues to consider, saying, you know, if you're truly about the American public, you should not want anyone to interfere with our election system. So you would vote to have anyone that would try to do that impeached.
This is difficult because this was probably when you and I were preteens and teenagers, but how similar is this situation to what President Bill Clinton went through in the mid-90s?
Well, we're hearing a lot of comparison to that, and I think the political climate is very similar, where you just have where Republicans and Democrats are divided. But I think the biggest difference is just the consistency that we've seen Democrats wanting to impeach President Trump this time. It seems like it's something that Democrats have been doing since the beginning, and so we could see a stronger attempt at it compared to Bill Clinton's impeachment process.
Finally, before you go, I know that you're going to have to look into your crystal ball here. How will this affect the 2020 elections? Because, look, we know President Trump's going to be on that ballot, and right now the front runner is Joe Biden. Both names are involved directly with this inquiry.
Yeah, and that's the million-dollar question. We can look at it two ways. One, Democrats hope to use this as fuel for their fire. They hope that that with this impeachment inquiry that they find something that they can use to have voters say, well, we can't have him back in office. But on the flip side of that, Republicans are saying there's nothing there. Democrats keep on doing these investigations, and they're wasting taxpayer dollars, and they're wasting time. And if nothing comes out of this impeachment, then that's going to be a win for President Trump, and he's going to use that against Democrats in 2020. So it really remains to be seen. As of right now, it's all other people's opinions, how the public views this, whether they're Republican, whether they're a Democrat, and whether they really believe that this process, or that there's something there. There's a reason to have President Trump impeached.
All right, Bree, thanks so much. We appreciate that. Very quickly, we want
Thank you.
to walk down exactly the process here. Again, there is going to be committee meetings about this as the inquiry has been launched. That's going to happen relatively soon. Then if that passes through those various different committees, it will go to a judiciary committee. If it passes that, that's when it will go to a vote on the House. If it is voted on and impeachment is the allegation that comes through the House, that's when it will move to the Senate. The Senate has the responsibility of removal of office. Do want to point out again, like I said earlier, the House currently is controlled by the Democrats, where the Senate is controlled by Republicans. Moving on. A celebration is underway in Mobile, Alabama. Baby BJ was no bigger than the palm of your hand when he was born. Now he's a miracle baby, and he deserves a huge party. Devin Walsh has more.
Happy birthday, dear BJ.
Singing happy birthday to little Brett Samuel Rivers Jr., or BJ, means more to his family than you can imagine. This little guy from Citronelle almost didn't live to celebrate this big milestone.
The possibility of him dying was very, very good. He's gonna grab Mama's hand now.
He was born at 24 weeks, out of the blue, when his mother suffered from a condition called preeclampsia and had to have an emergency C-section.
There's nothing you can prepare for.
It was very scary. We both became very emotional, and we just grabbed each other and began to cry and pray because we didn't know what else to do. There was nothing else we could do, really, but just lean on the Lord.
At birth, BJ weighed just 17.5 ounces. His dad, Brett, says he didn't even look like a baby.
A man that sees 17.5 ounces on a scale, I mean, it's very, very frightful.
Mom Salathia.
I've created a walk through his NICU journey from the time he was born until we got to do kangaroo care.
Showed us a table full of his baby items, showing just how small he was.
Here is his first blood pressure cuff that he had to use when we were in the NICU.
Just to give you an idea of how small BJ was when he was born, this is a regular newborn diaper. But this is the size that BJ wore when he was born. And even this micro preemie diaper was too big. BJ's road to becoming a big one-year-old has had its challenges. He almost didn't make it through a major heart surgery.
He just went downhill so fast, and I had asked the doctor, I was like, is my child dying? You know, prepare me so I don't come in here. He told us if we believe in prayer, we need to start praying.
The prayers worked. He spent nearly 5.5 months in the hospital. The Rivers family credits the staff at USA Children's and Women's Hospital, who they now consider family. Holly Maraska was one of BJ's nurses.
To see how big and strong he's become and how he's hitting his milestones, and it's so just rewarding, and you feel blessed that you just get to witness it.
Come on, BJ, go get Daddy.
BJ is mowing through those milestones. He's pure joy for his mom and dad.
For him to go from 1 pound, 1.5 ounce to 16 pounds and watch how he developed, it's just been amazing.
When you see where he started and where he's at now, it'll just amaze you that miracles truly do happen every day, and he's definitely one of them.
BJ may have started out small, but he has shown that he's a fighter in a big way. And everything about him is a reason to celebrate. With photojournalist Arnell Hamilton, I'm Devin Walsh.
Devin joins us from Mobile. Devin, fantastic story. I noticed an image in your story that stands out to me. As a dad of 2, I understand what PJ Masks is. It's a show about kids who become superheroes at night. To me, BJ is a superhero in everything that he's doing, and it may be because his heart was so big at birth that he's been able to make it a year now.
You know, it's really amazing because they did not know how he would do, and would he have a lot of deficits, and he doesn't. I mean, you saw there throughout the story him just crawling along so fast. His mom tells me he's about to walk. It is really amazing because, I mean, he came so close to death so many times that he's come out so well on the other side.
All right, so milestones are very, very big at that age. In your story, you said he's hitting most of them. Anything that he's not hitting, any concerns that this family has moving on into the second year of life?
No, and that's,
Right.
I kept saying, well, what do you, I mean, he's just maybe a little bit, he hasn't walked just yet, but a lot of times kids don't walk until 13, 15 months, and maybe he's a little bit smaller than your typical 1-year-old, but no, they say he's on track, he's eating, I mean, they pulled out a piece of bologna from the refrigerator, and BJ grabbed it and started eating the bologna. I mean, he's eating everything, he's moving around. It's very, very great to be around that family.
That's a good Southern boy. He's not afraid to grab some Oscar Mayer bologna and munch down. I like that.
I know. I said, you're going to let him eat that? And they said, oh, he loves it. Okay, whatever. They want him to grow, so it's fine.
How difficult of a year has it been for mom and dad, and how are they now rejoicing as they see these milestones being met?
You know, I'm friends with them on Facebook now, and they are posting updates about him all the time. They are so, I mean, it's their first baby, and this first year was terrible for them. I mean, 5.5 months in the hospital, his major heart surgery, eye surgeries, hernia surgeries, I mean, surgery after surgery. They don't know what it's like to have just a typical baby that's healthy. And so it's been difficult, but now, I mean, they're seeing he's healthy. He doesn't have to go to the doctor all the time. I think now they're able to actually enjoy him and not worry whether he's going to make it or not.
Good stuff. Devin Walsh, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time. BJ, no doubt, is a superhero to the PJ Masks. We'll call it BJ Mask. Like it. Hey, we've got a team of journalists traveling the entire length of the U.S.-Mexican border. They're taking us along each step of a 10-day journey. We went to Arizona to show us construction taking place in an Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument. I don't even know what that is, but Anna Warnicki does, and she's there.
For acres in the Oregon Pipe Cactus National Park, there's nothing but cacti. But as you drive closer to the Lukeville port of entry, the road signs turn into caution signs, warning visitors of smuggling and illegal immigration. And then, right before you can see the border, you can hear it. Construction for the border wall actually begins right behind me. Essentially, it's going to be an extension of what we're seeing right now, but we're only allowed to get this close to make room for the construction vehicles. But the construction doesn't bother the few locals who live in the area.
Most of the people is concerned about the wall of nature.
Hector Molina says he frequently crosses the Lukeville port of entry because it's easy. There's not a lot of people who live nearby.
It is the closest port of entry. This is the closest and the fastest on this Arizona border.
Molina says the wall doesn't really bother him, but it does bother the wildlife.
You know, if you put a wall, I mean, animals won't be able to go across.
For BorderReport.com, I'm Anna Warnicki.
All right, Anna, thank you. And Anna now joins us live as this journey continues. Anna, I'm curious for you, seeing the wall firsthand, what is that feeling? Because there's been so much conversation. You're based in Washington, D.C. You've heard these conversations. You've heard these arguments. But seeing it firsthand, what is that feeling like?
It's actually really interesting because I've reported on the wall so many times, done countless stories from Washington, D.C., but then actually being down here and seeing it, it's kind of surreal. I mean, you're going through these small towns and you're going down the street and then suddenly there's, the wall is right in front of you. And it just kind of pops out of nowhere, especially as we're driving down Highway 8, I think it was, when we were going from California all the way to Arizona. Just suddenly we would look to our right and we're like, is that the wall? And and sure enough, it was. So it's been pretty surreal to seeing it up close and just how intertwined it is in everyone's life here.
I'm curious of two more things. One is Border Patrol. There's been a video surfacing of a Border Patrol agent asking a reporter if they wanted to be arrested. How have they treated you guys on this journey?
That video that you're talking about was our Sandra Sanchez.
Oh, so that was one of us.
That was one of us,
wow.
Yeah. But we have not had much problem with them. Actually, a lot of the Border Patrol agents that we've encountered are really interested in what we're doing, and they're kind of looking around our vehicle, asking, "Oh, are these cameras? Like, what are you guys doing?" They've kind of been pretty distant from us. But then again, Sandra has a completely different story. Her first day here, when she tried to approach the wall at Imperial Beach, which is in California, right when the wall goes into the Pacific Ocean, and she was walking up, didn't realize it was an enforcement zone, and Border Patrol just came swooping down, jumped out with handcuffs, and she was like, whoa, 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 like, backed up a little bit. But as far as us in this car, we haven't really had that any problems or anything. Okay. They've actually been pretty nice to us.
All right, second question. You tweeted out, which Anna's a fantastic follow on Twitter. I would encourage you to follow her, Anna E. Warnicki, on Twitter, about these black jugs. I looked at this jug, yes, and you said this is typical for people to bring one of these black jugs across the border. What is it, and what's in it?
Let me see. I have it right here, so let me pull it out 1 second. We took it with us. You can kind of see it right here. Can y'all see this?
Yeah, yeah.
So we saw this when we were leaving the park yesterday. And we pulled over, we jumped out, and I was like, this is definitely a water jug. Austin wasn't really sure. He was like, it's black, it's really sturdy, there's no way. So we kind of let it be for a little bit, and then we started talking to Border Patrol agents when we got closer to the wall, and they were telling us that they're actually are very common. I'll show you again. They're black, so they won't melt in the sun in Arizona, and they're really sturdy. This is not your typical water jug that you would buy at the grocery store. But they're saying they're typically used by people who are across the border, and when they do come with them, they actually bring 2 just because it's so hot in Arizona. We were there all day. I mean, it gets really hot. It's really dry, and it's just for acres there. It's just desert. So they were saying that they typically bring 2 of these jugs when they do come with them. So we thought that was pretty interesting. We also saw a lot of food, kind of either wrappers or stuff on the ground. We don't know if that was from the construction workers or from people who are walking through. But it was just interesting to see, in this national park, just the stuff that was kind of laying around.
Has this been eye-opening for you personally?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And it's just been really cool to be able to talk to the people who live here. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a different story. Some people say that they've been here for years. They grew up here. Or some people have just moved here, or a lot of people we've actually run into when we get really close to the border. They don't live in the U.S. They live in Mexico, but they're just in the U.S. doing food shopping, or they're visiting someone. I talked to someone yesterday who was picking up their mail at the U.S. side, and they're going back to their residence.
That's interesting.
In Mexico. So it's been really cool.
Yeah. So you talk about border, and you instantly think about people who are running across, or taking those jugs across, or are trying to get into the country and stay. Sometimes at any border across the world, there is some business that has to happen back and forth, and I think we kind of forget about that. Very interesting, Anna. Thank you.
Yeah,
for bringing that to us. All right, follow Anna right now on Twitter. She continues her border reports. Thanks, Anna. Turning to a story about a dog who escaped his owner's yard. Happens all the time. Every dog escapes. Here's the thing. His owner's yard is in California. The dog was found in Louisiana. Rebecca Mariquin has the story.
A dog walker found little Milo in this neighborhood as she was just walking her other dog. She says she took him to the vet to see if he was microchipped, and when she found out that he was, she got in touch with the owner, who to her surprise is located all the way in California.
She said, "So where are you?" I said, "I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana." She said, "Is that where my dog is?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, that's where he is." She said, "He went missing 5 months ago. I have no idea how he got there."
Ashlyn Broussard says after speaking with the owner, she found out Milo had escaped while playing in the yard with his owner's kids. They both assume someone must have picked him up and he somehow ended up here in Louisiana. Now Broussard is hoping the community will help Milo reunite with his owners, as she says they nor she have the means to do so.
I have a dog walking company, but it's just little on me. I only operate with one person. If I had the funds, I would ship him back home, but I don't, so maybe we can all come together.
Rebecca joins us from Lafayette. Now, Rebecca, you got to be kidding me. This is a dog's life. This is a movie script. A dog from California is found in Louisiana. How did it happen?
You know, I mean, from talking to the owner and talking to the lady that found the dog, they were saying that they're guessing someone must have picked up little Milo after he managed to get out of his owner's yard and then just brought him along to a trip all the way here to Louisiana.
All right, so so we're not thinking he like ran all the way across the country. How are we going to get How are we going to get Milo home? We got to figure this out. How can we get Milo home?
Well, I know there's some like ways that you can ship pets across country, and they've actually started a GoFundMe page to try to get the funds for all of that. So it's up online. The page is called Get Milo Back to California. So if anybody wants to help get him back, that's how they can do it.
How much money do they need, Rebecca?
$5,000.
That seems pretty high.
Yeah. It's a little steep, but I mean, you're shipping a living creature, so
I ship myself on airplanes all the time. Doesn't cost $5,000 to fly from Louisiana to California.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's because you can handle walking yourself. I don't know.
That's debatable, by the way, Rebecca. I'm not 100% sure. True. Interesting story. Thank you so much for taking the time on Newsfeed Now. All right.
Yeah.
So we got one last thing today. The mystery Oreos have been released, and I don't like new things. I don't like eating new things. It's not my deal. But unfortunately, in my contract, my producer tells me what to do, and I have to do it. That's just the way it is. Steve walks over. Steve, you got a microphone on.
I do.
All right. So have you done this yet? Have you tried it yet?
I have not.
All right. Dig in, bud.
Oop, there you go.
All right.
Let's go.
We're each going to take one here. And I've heard the smell. To smell it first, and I got an idea already because I've done some research.
Move over a little bit. I guess you get on camera here. There we go. Now we're right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks in the back. You ready? It smells like Teddy Grahams.
Yeah, I know where we're going now.
Not bad.
I think you're right. I think it's a graham cracker.
Definitely graham cracker.
With, do you remember those? They're called Dunkaroos. Do you remember those? Josh, you've tried it.
Yeah.
Do you remember Dunkaroos?
I'm trying it right now, actually.
I think Dunkaroos. I'm going to go graham cracker with Dunkaroos.
Man, Dunkaroos were awesome back in the day.
Right? Unless, wait a minute.
I think what you're tasting in the Dunkaroos is actually the frosting part of it.
Uh-huh.
Because you know you dunk the little kangaroos in frostings. But I totally taste cinnamon Teddy Grahams.
Cinnamon Teddy Graham. I think, okay, so last time they did this, it was Fruity Pebbles. So what if it's a...
like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Or what's the graham? The
Golden Grahams?
Golden Grahams.
Golden Grahams.
I wonder if it's Golden Grahams.
That's possible.
I'm going to go with Golden Grahams.
They're just taking different cereals. I don't think... can they do that?
I'm going Golden Grahams, 100%. I'm going Golden Grahams with milk. So...
I'll go Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay, I like it. What are you going with?
I'll keep the cereal
same thing.
What do you mean same thing? We both had different answers.
This is good. I'm going to go with these. I like this. Milk.
Yeah, I'm going Golden Graham.
And
have you tried it,
Matt? Have they tried it back there?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm going to say Teddy Grahams.
Does he like it?
Teddy Graham. Tim, you tried it? What do you think?
I think Teddy Grahams.
Teddy Grahams. Yeah. Steven? Teddy Grahams. Teddy Grahams? All right. Pat, have you come up with an answer yet? Cheesecake. It's definitely not cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
No, I didn't get that one.
No.
Go get yourself some mystery
Definitely not
Oreos and tell us
cheesecake.
what you think. We'll see you back here tomorrow.